What is the address of your emergency?
78. Help!
Alien to 911 operator 618. What's the address of your emergency? 1797 Sumter Street. We're being robbed at gunpoint.
No. They're following me to my house. The guns are already out. She's shooting. Okay.
Hello and welcome to Stop the Threat. My name is James Towle. On today's episode, we take you to Dallas, Texas for a reenactment which we are calling Rolling Robbery. And thank you for joining us today. So I have a question for the panel. On today's show, we're going to actually see a perfect storm for a gunfight. What is the responsibility of a good, law-abiding citizen if he's armed and he gets to a situation where he needs to deploy that gun? Is his responsibility to punish crime or go home?
His responsibility is first to himself, to protect himself, and in certain circumstances, a third party. But it's not to punish, it's not to stop crime, it's not to do any of those things. It's specifically to protect yourself. That's why it's self-defense.
Right. So when you say that, you know, you get into a situation where you are having to deploy your weapon, or you give up something instead and just walk away. I think that's the decision point that we like to discuss here. And in this particular reenactment, we're going to see something like that. So what's your feeling, Garett?
It's preserve life, like my partner said, you know, protect yourself, protect your family first. But if someone is about to be seriously injured, great bodily injury or death, you might have to now act and step in because you're the on-scene responder, in a sense.
If I'm armed and I get into a situation where there's a gunfight, let's say, going on, am I compelled in any way to become involved? Other than morally, I mean, other than that, should I just back away and be the best witness law enforcement has?
Other than morally, no. But again, the question comes back, a gunfight is going on. Who is it between? Right. Are there law enforcement personnel involved? Are there law-abiding citizens involved who are being attacked? You have to assess the situation before you decide to deploy that firearm.
Or there are four drug dealers shooting at each other. That's what I mean. If you don't know exactly what's transpiring there, it's probably the best thing to do is to stay out of it.
What are you willing to trade? Are you willing to trade anything rather than to get into a gunfight? Let's say it's your wallet, your watch, your, some kind of an item. Are you willing to do that rather than to get into a gunfight?
If you're fairly certain that that's where it's going to end. But a lot of people have been stuck up, give me your wallet, and then after they give up the wallet, get shot in the head. So there's a lot. I mean, it's a pretty complex issue.
Okay, Garett?
If they're going to take your wallet, let them take your wallet. Now, if they want to come back and try to get more money from you and take your loved one hostage, well, I have a no hostage policy.
Right.
Can't let them leave.
Right. And the reason I say this is because I know I'm going to get a lot of emails, and I do, and I don't mind that. But I get a lot of emails from people saying, hey, I've trained, I've bought the gun, I've spent the time with the instructor, and I see something, and I'm confronted with a bad guy. I'm not going to back down. And I get literally emails that will say something very close to that. I think that's a real difficult position you're putting yourself in. Law enforcement wants to go home at night, right? Nope. So you are very protective of even what you do when it comes to deploying a weapon. I'm running out of time, though. When we come back, we'll pick this up. I will show you part one, and I think you'll enjoy it. Don't go away. Welcome back, viewers. We started off with some pretty difficult questions, and we took the break, and I want to come back to Duncan because you had some good points.
Here's where law enforcement and your armed civilian are, pretty much coincide. You're off duty as a cop. You have no communications, no radio, no body armor, probably a smaller weapon. So you're in the same boat. I mean, yes, you have the power to apprehend and all, but I've come across a lot of cops, not too many guys, carry some kind of restraint off when they're off duty. And really, you want to be cuffing somebody up by yourself off duty. So you're kind of in the same boat. If it's not, life and limb, let it go.
Okay. If you're off duty, would you allow something to take place in front of you if no one was going to get hurt? Yeah. I mean, I know that we're talking to law enforcement. I know that's not you out there, but I mean, from law enforcement's point of view, would you let something happen?
Yeah, just like the Sarge says, off duty, I don't have my equipment. I don't have my immediate backup as well. So if something's not life-threatening, let it go. Be the good witness. Okay. I'm highly trained, just like a armed civilian. They're highly trained as well, but it doesn't initiate action.
Okay, that was a very important statement. Now, if someone from law enforcement is saying they would just let it go, then I think you need to take heed when you get into a situation where you're beginning to think that you are going to be the punisher or the crime chief. Let's watch part one, and then we can probably discuss this first. Rolling Robbery.
Hello? Yeah, Look, I'm just walking home right now. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'm just walking home right now. Yeah. Well, look. I can't do anything about it until I'm sitting in front of a computer anyway, okay? All right? Yeah. Okay, look, let me let you go. Bye. Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, look, I need some help. I'm trying to get back to 35, but I got all turned around. Can you help me?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. Well, what you're going to do is you're going to go down here and you're going to take a left. And then when you take that left, you're going to take another right, and that's going to lead you right on to I-35.
All right, man. Thank you very much.
All right. Good night.
Yeah, hey, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Give me your wallet and cell phone.
Okay, in all honesty, if someone stops and asks directions, do you not think that you're probably going to step up there and give an answer? Now, that's going to lead to a problem here. What could he have done better?
I'll give him this. He did the right thing. He didn't have to walk up on the car to talk to the guy. He kept safe distance from the car, provided direction. He did take eyes off the driver, which is an issue I had. Keep eyes. You don't know the guy. Keep eyes on the guy, and you can give directions just by keeping eye contact with him.
Would you stay on the phone?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, I would.
I'd stay on the phone.
I'd be a little bit apprehensive, and I might want to be more situationally aware.
Why give up the communication? Hey, listen, someone's stopping here. Hey, stick with me a minute, will you? What's wrong with that?
You don't have to hang up the phone. You put the phone down.
Well, okay. I don't think I want to give up the communication. I might also, if I move my hand to my gun, I don't have to draw the gun. But is there something wrong with that?
In some places, that would be brandishing.
Is it brandishing if I don't bring it out?
You're showing the gun with the intent to threaten, or could be in
protect myself.
True, but in some jurisdictions, you could have a problem with that. The one thing that he didn't do here, he didn't keep contact, didn't watch the guy's hands. That's the only thing that can kill you here, is that guy's hands. And when that guy reached into the back seat, that is the time that maybe you move away, you get a different angle, you go to the back of the car, you change. If you do nothing else, you move because you're harder to hit if you're moving.
Yeah, right.
So,
if he would have seen him reach back, I don't know.
You got to watch. I'm saying this is what kills you.
But this is law enforcement speaking. I'm a regular guy. I just gave him directions because he was lost, because I want to feel like a good guy and help.
Yeah.
Now, if I see him also do this, I may not think that's necessarily a nefarious move. Right. I might just think, oh, I don't know, and keep going. And I'm going to get myself in that situation.
Well, I'm saying that's the only thing that I see that he really, that he could have done.
Could you prevent it?
That's it.
The answer is I don't know that you could prevent that.
Probably not.
Probably not, but you could be prepared to defend yourself. And that's why I say keep the phone. You know, and in many cases, I would say to people, you know, we're all tired of seeing people walking around with a phone. In this case, it may not have been a bad idea. You're at night, you're alone, car's stopping, asking you questions. Hey, listen, stick with me a minute. Someone's going to ask me. A car just stopped, and I keep that up here, and I move over, and I say, yes, sir, can I help you? So I'm like now feeling a little more comfortable. Have I broken any laws?
As long as he hasn't brandished the gun,
I'm
no,
good.
you're good.
All right. When we come back, I'm going to show you part 2. Don't go away. Welcome back, viewers. This isn't something that could happen to any of us. I mean, all of us have been asked for directions somewhere, sometime. And just as we went off air, Garett made some good points, and I want to go back to Garett on it.
Okay, well, I mean, the overt act that you said of drawing back, looking like you have a weapon, you might be carrying one, you might not be carrying one, but the act itself tells that suspect, this guy's probably armed. This guy is a hardened target, and I better move on before I get shot.
Yeah, and he has the perfect opportunity just to leave. At that point, when he makes that decision,
he's not committed.
He's going, hey, I'm not committed to anything. He doesn't know I have a gun. Boom, I'll go to the next easy target because that's what they're looking for, right? Absolutely. Easy targets, right? Okay, let's watch part 2, see how this evolves.
All right? Yeah. Okay, look, let me let you go. Bye.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Hey, bud, look, I need some help. Man, I'm trying to get to 35, but I got turned around a bit. Can you help me out?
Oh, that's no problem. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take a left right out of here, and then you're gonna take a right. When you take that right, that's gonna take you right up 35.
All right, thank you.
All right, you have a good night.
Yeah, one more thing.
Yes, sir.
Give me your wallet and phone.
All right, man, just calm down.
Give me your money.
Okay, hold on. I'm going for my wallet. Nice and easy, okay? Here's my wallet.
All right, throw it through the window. Hurry up.
Okay.
Oh, you kidding me? Pick it up or I'll
Okay,
shoot.
just calm down. Yes, 911, this is an emergency. This man just pulled a gun out on me in his car, and I shot him, and he rolled down the street and crashed into a bus stop. No, I don't know if he's okay. I still got my gun on him. Yes, I'm fine. Yes, okay, just get here.
Okay, you know what? Given the circumstances, I don't think I have a problem with this guy. What? You got a problem with this guy?
No, I think he did very well. If you think about it, he distracted him. Smooth presentation, good marksmanship, movement, kept the gun on him. When he called 911, would have been nice if he would have gave a description of himself.
Right.
But other than that, that's nitpicking. I can't.
Okay, we'll come back to 911. Garett?
I agree with you about, hey, let's keep the phone on when someone stops me. Did you notice he had the phone in his gun hand?
Yeah.
Well,
So that's
yeah.
probably why he got off the phone
Okay.
to transition to have his gun hand free.
Okay.
You know, I think he could have acted sooner. When he first asked for the wallet, I thought for sure he was going to draw down on the suspect, but he didn't.
Would that have been a good move? You know, right at that second, the guy's got the gun on you. You're in front of the gun now. And now you are going to draw against the gun. I think the distraction was better.
What is the suspect expecting?
A wallet.
A wallet. And you come out threatening him with a gun, he's not expecting that. He's not expecting you to engage him.
I like this. I like the distraction because you disrupted his OODA loop.
Right.
You know. So by throwing that thing short, you saw the guy.
You gave him
Even if
time.
it's a fraction of a second.
Oh, he saw the wallet hit the ground. He was all upset.
Right, yeah.
And he kind of didn't know what to do then. And
Gave him time.
Now was the time.
But now you're reaching back again. Oh, now he's going to say, "What are you reaching for? You already gave me the wallet. You must be armed."
Right. That's certainly possible.
but I think he was distracted by looking down for the wallet because really what he wants here is the money and
Yeah, I think
to
he
get
was
lost.
upset
Yeah.
that the guy couldn't get the wallet
Right.
inside, and he's going, yeah, geez,
Yeah.
come on, give me the wallet. And when he did that, he broke up his thinking.
Yeah.
The one
And then
thing
he
I
came-
want to pick a nit about, When the car was driving off, he got off 2 more rounds.
But that happens.
It happens, but if that was the shot, and you see through forensics he's got a hole in his back or back of his head, that could be a problem.
Is that going to be a problem legally?
Could be.
I'm not sure if the threat was it had ended. He could drive off just to redeploy to come back out and use the car as cover.
He's fleeing. I can tell you what a district attorney might do.
If he ran up to the car and shot him again or did something, but the fact that those shots were in such, close proximity. In a lot of shootings, it happens too, where you shoot somebody face on, and your natural reaction when you get shot is to turn away. You can't stop shooting, and the guy winds up, ventilated in the back. Right. In fact, there's a Force Science Institute. There's a guy, Dr. Bill Lewinsky, who did a lot of police, studies for police and all on shootings that occur where people get shot in the back just that way.
I don't see anything wrong with that. I fully think that I would have done the same. I'm just not comfortable, and I've got some rounds in him. The car is moving away. I think I'm legally good. There's no witnesses, so no one can say I didn't chase the car down. But I feel legally and comfortable with squeezing off a few more rounds.
I don't know if you can, physically and mentally stop shooting that quickly when you face that kind of
That may be the case, but
and I think that's a good point.
If you have bullet holes through the rear window, it raises a question.
But he was going to have bullet holes through the side. The way he was angled, he was going to have bullet holes through the side and rear window almost anyway. So, and again, what did he fire? 4 rounds here? I don't think anything he did would be unreasonable. Now, look, any prosecutor can bring charges against anybody.
Anybody, right. Okay, we got to run. When we come back, I'm not done with you, so don't go away. Welcome back, folks. There's a lot to be learned from this, and the one thing I think I want to ask a question here, and it could be a legal question, it can also be a question of law enforcement. Do you think he should have picked up his wallet or left it there until you guys arrived? The reason I say that, because doesn't that give location? Doesn't that make it, doesn't that give you any advantage? Like, well, here's where I was, and there's where the car is, and...
There's no point in picking up the wallet. This guy still could be a threat. Why would you waste valuable time focusing part of your vision in mind on picking up a wallet? I got to be focused on that threat that's downrange.
Okay. Do you do any measuring? Does it make any difference in your report that you can say that car traveled 63 feet?
Any physical evidence that's at the scene is going to tell some of the story, or potentially tell some of the story. Same thing, like I was saying about the shots towards the rear of the car. The time span was brief, and those shots are probably going to be pretty close together, which will tell one story. If you had 2 rounds here and 2 rounds on the other side of the car, that might tell a different story. I mean, I'm not an evidence reconstruction guy, but I know that much.
How's that looking, Corey? Protect me as a citizen.
For him to have left the wallet where it was, because when the police roll up and he gives his initial statement, as brief as it should be, he can say, he can indicate that I threw my wallet at him to distract him, and there's where the wallet fell, and I fired.
Let me just flip this around for a minute and make it more complicated. Law enforcement arrives, and they have already had a call from 911 saying, hey, listen, I stopped to get some directions, and the guy shot me. Now where are you? Depends upon who makes that first call. Now what kind of information do you have when you roll up?
That changes the whole
See?
dynamic.
Okay, but if I left the wallet on the ground, maybe it falls in my...
Yeah, but how many guys that are going to do street stick-ups are going to call 911 first and say, hey, I'm about to commit a robbery here, and I might get shot, so I don't think that's going to happen.
No, I'm just saying that if he had direction in mind, and he picked up the 911 call and said, hey, listen, I just stopped to get some direction. This guy took a shot at me. I mean, he's not dead, okay? I mean, he's wounded. And now he's thinking about himself. If he was smart enough, maybe he would have done that.
But he's also got a gun in the car.
Okay.
Which will be
Okay,
hopefully be recovered.
Right.
So now, and then also this is probably not his first rodeo. He's probably got
He may have a jacket.
He's probably got a
rap
sheet.
sheet.
So, and if he's committed similar crimes in the past and whatever, it's
Okay.
gonna.
Well, let me give you the follow-up. I guess that was a little hypothetical, I admit. Okay, follow-up. Driver/robber taken to nearby hospital, pronounced dead. No charges filed on the shooter. Okay? Everybody's happy with that? I hope you're happy with that. I like what the guy did. I tried to complicate it a little bit to see how things would look, but I'm happy with what he did. Before we go, though, Garett had a couple of points he wanted to bring out, and I want to hear those. Tell us again.
A couple of things, when the car crashed, he gets on the phone, good job, gets on the phone, gives a description, but why stay there? You have darkness to your right, move to your right, get behind concealment and cover, get behind a tree, and continue your phone conversation with 911. Doesn't mean you don't have to stay out there in the light.
So in other words, he's fired on the automobile as it's going away. He moves into the dark. Is that what you're suggesting? Rather than to stay in the light.
Right.
Or a position of cover, a tree, whatever.
You're going to take the position of advantage.
Okay.
Take that away from him.
Very good. In that case, I think probably this has been pretty straightforward, and it's something that can happen to anyone. So be safe, be trained, and be alert.